Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about something that most people don't realize they already have, a secret weapon that millionaires often overlook. You see, while many chase after external riches, what truly sets you apart is something inside you that no amount of money can buy. That thing is your mindset, your resilience, your passion, and your unique experiences. Certainly, I want to share something with you today that could change the way you see yourself and your future. You see, most people spend their lives chasing after external things, more money, bigger houses, fancier cars, thinking that those are the keys to happiness and success. But what if I told you that the real secret to wealth and fulfillment isn't out there in the world, but right inside you? That's right. The biggest advantage you have over even the wealthiest people is something they often overlook: your mindset, your resilience, your passion, and the experiences that have shaped you. Now, I want you to understand something clear. Millionaires don't have this particular asset because they focus so much on accumulating material wealth that they forget the power of their internal assets. But you already possess something priceless: your ability to adapt, to learn, to grow through adversity. That's what sets you apart. It's not about having more money or better connections, it's about recognizing and harnessing what you already carry within you. You've been through struggles, faced setbacks, and come out stronger. Those are not just stories to tell. They are your tools, your weapons, your building blocks for success. See, the truth is, you already have everything you need to succeed. You don't have to wait for the perfect circumstances or for someone to give you permission. Your passion, your character, your determination, they are already in your possession. The challenge is, most people don't realize it. They look outside themselves and think, if only I had more resources, or, if only I had that big break. But what they fail to see is that the biggest breakthrough begins with a change in mindset. It begins with understanding that what you have right now, your talents, your experiences, your lessons, are enough to start building something extraordinary. You see, wealth isn't just about money. It's about how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of. When you realize that your setbacks, your failures, and your struggles are not barriers but rather stepping stones, you unlock a power within you that no one can take away. That internal strength is what can propel you forward when there seems to be no way. It's what pushes you to keep going when others quit. And it's what turns small beginnings into big successes. So I want you to do something today. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and understand that you already possess what it takes. The confidence, the resilience, the passion, those are your assets. You don't need to wait for more. You need to recognize what you already have and start working with it. Because when you understand that you already have what millionaires don't have, you'll realize that your greatest wealth is your mindset. That's the real key. That's the true secret. And once you embrace it, there's nothing stopping you from creating the life you've always dreamed of. Absolutely. Now, I want you to understand something crucial. It's not about waiting for the stars to align or for some perfect moment to come knocking at your door. Success isn't reserved for a select few who happen to be in the right place at the right time. No, success is built from what you already have inside you, right now, in this very moment. It's about recognizing your own power, your own potential, and understanding that the greatest resource you possess is your mindset. That attitude you carry, whether you believe you can or you can't, determines the direction of your life. You see, many people spend so much time looking outside themselves for validation, for opportunities, for breakthroughs. But I'm here to tell you that the real breakthrough begins within. When you start to see yourself as capable, as worthy, as deserving of success, everything begins to shift. It's a mental game first. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you wake up every day feeling defeated, thinking that the world is against you, then that's exactly what you're going to experience. But if you wake up with a sense of purpose, with belief in your abilities, then you're setting yourself up for victory before you even step outside your door. This is why I keep telling folks, what you already have inside you is enough. Your passion, your resilience, your ability to keep pushing forward despite setbacks, that's what separates those who succeed from those who give up. You see, every successful person has faced rejection, failure, and disappointment. But what makes them different is that they didn't let those setbacks define them. They looked at their struggles as lessons, as fuel to move forward. They knew that the real power was in their mindset, the way they chose to see obstacles not as dead ends, but as opportunities to learn, grow, and come back stronger. And here's the truth. The more you focus on what you already possess, the skills, the lessons, the grit, the more you'll realize that you don't need external validation or endless resources to get started. You don't need $1 million, a fancy degree, or a perfect plan. What you need is the belief that you're already equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Because that belief is what pushes you to take action, to keep moving when others give up. It's what transforms a small spark of hope into a blazing fire of achievement. So, I want you to understand that your internal assets, your mindset, your attitude, your resilience, are the foundation of any success you want to achieve. When you operate from a place of confidence and purpose, you attract opportunities. When you see setbacks as lessons, you develop the strength to persevere. And when you believe that what you have inside is enough, you create a mindset that can overcome any obstacle. Success isn't about having more, it's about recognizing that you already have enough. And once you embrace that truth, you'll find that the only thing standing in your way is the doubt you allow to linger in your mind. But that doubt can be replaced with faith. Faith in yourself, in your journey, and in your ability to turn your internal assets into external achievements. Because, at the end of the day, what you already have within you is the most valuable thing you'll ever possess, and it's enough to start building the life you've always dreamed of. Of course, you see, the moment you realize that your setbacks are not failures but rather lessons in disguise, your entire perspective begins to shift. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. When life knocks you down, it's not about staying there or letting that defeat define you. It's about how quickly you get back up and how you choose to view what happened. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is often simply their mindset, their ability to see adversity as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in history faced rejection after rejection, failure after failure. They could have given up, thrown in the towel, and accepted defeat. But they didn't. They saw each setback as a necessary part of their journey. They understood that every no brought them closer to a yes, and every mistake was a lesson that made them better. That resilience, that ability to turn pain into power, that's what separates the average from the extraordinary. And the good news is, you have that same resilience inside you right now. It's just waiting to be tapped into. Let me tell you something else. The mindset you carry can either limit you or set you free. If you walk around thinking, I can't do this, or, I'll never be enough, then you're creating barriers that keep you stuck. But if you wake up every day with a mindset of possibility, with the belief that you're capable of overcoming anything, then you're opening doors you never even knew existed. Success begins with that internal dialogue, what you tell yourself when no one else is listening. When you reinforce your worth, your ability, and your resilience, you start to see opportunities everywhere. Challenges become chances to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. The truth is, your greatest asset isn't your bank account or your connections, it's your mental toughness. It's that core belief that no matter how tough things get, you have what it takes to push through. That resilience will carry you through the darkest nights because it reminds you that dawn always comes. When you embrace failure as part of the process, you take away its power to discourage you. Instead, you see it as fuel to ignite your passion and drive. Every mistake, every setback, is simply a chapter in your story, an essential part of your growth. So I want you to understand that the power to persevere lies within you. You have the strength to face adversity head-on and come out on top. It's about shifting your mindset from, why me, to, what can I learn from this? When you start to see setbacks as necessary lessons, you no longer fear failure. Instead, you welcome it as part of your journey to greatness. Because every time you rise after falling, you become a little stronger. Every time you choose resilience over despair, you reinforce your belief that you are capable of overcoming anything life throws your way. That's the secret, that resilience, that unwavering determination, that will carry you through even the toughest storms and lead you toward the success and fulfillment you desire. Remember, your setbacks are simply setups for your comeback.